At the dawn of the 20th century, a colossal empire stretched across the globe, an entity on which the sun famously never set. Spanning continents and oceans, the British Empire encompassed nearly a quarter of the world's land area and a quarter of its population. This was an empire built on maritime might, commercial ambition, and a fervent belief in its own civilizing mission. Yet the story of its rise and eventual decline is not a simple tale of conquest and glory. It is a deeply complex narrative, woven with threads of progress and oppression, unity and division, whose echoes continue to shape our modern world in profound and often contradictory ways. A core pillar of British imperial rule was a vast project of social engineering, a deliberate effort to remold diverse societies in its own image. Across Africa, Asia, and the Americas, the English language was established as the medium of administration, commerce, and elite communication. This linguistic imposition created new pathways to power for some, but it also marginalized countless local languages and the cultural knowledge they carried. British-style education systems were introduced, designed to cultivate a class of local administrators loyal to the crown, famously described by Thomas Macaulay as a class of persons, Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals, and in intellect. Simultaneously, English common law was superimposed over existing legal traditions, fundamentally altering concepts of justice, property, and governance, often with little regard for the intricate social fabrics they were replacing. The legacy of this empire is a study in contrasts, a landscape marked by both monumental construction and profound disruption. The British laid down immense networks of infrastructure, most notably railways that crisscrossed vast territories like India and Africa. These iron arteries were engineering marvels that facilitated the movement of goods, troops, and administrators, effectively stitching the empire together. They spurred industrial development and connected previously remote regions to global markets. However, these very railways were also instruments of exploitation, designed to efficiently extract raw materials and transport them to British factories. Alongside these symbols of modernity, a rigid social hierarchy was enforced, often exacerbating existing ethnic and religious tensions or creating new ones entirely. The legacy of colonial conflict, from the Indian Mutiny to the Mau Mau uprising, serves as a stark reminder of the violence inherent in maintaining imperial control, leaving scars that have yet to fully heal. As the great imperial edifice crumbled in the mid-20th century, it left behind a world irrevocably altered. Today, the legacy of the British Empire is not a relic of the past, but a living, breathing reality for billions. It is visible in the parliamentary democracies and legal systems of nations from Canada to Australia, in the global prominence of the English language, and in the enduring popularity of sports like cricket and football. Yet, it is also present in the arbitrary borders drawn on maps in Africa and the Middle East that continue to fuel conflict, in the economic disparities rooted in colonial exploitation, and in the ongoing debates about cultural identity and historical restitution. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the vibrant cities of Nigeria, the story of the empire persists, not as a simple chapter to be closed, but as a complex, multifaceted inheritance that continues to be navigated, contested, and redefined by the nations and peoples it once ruled.